Go ahead, Tracy, say who you are.
Hey everybody, I'm Tracy Stewart. I'm a program specialist here out of our Lincoln office, and I'm just helping out Erin today. We're going to talk about camp and budgeting and getting excited for the summer. So take it away, Erin.
And I'm Erin Finken. I'm the program specialist for Omaha. And Tracy and I are just going to walk you through some steps for game planning, some budgeting for camp. Camp life is best life. And we just noticed this morning that we're both wearing Lakeview shirts.
Yes.
And we didn't even plan it. It just happened.
It just happened.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is share my screen. And we're going to take you guys on a little tour of our camp properties.
Sarah, have you been to the camps before in Nebraska? To our Girl Scout camps? Oh, you probably muted her, didn't you, Erin?
I didn't mute anybody. Hang on. All right, let me try that again. There we go. Okay, can you guys see that yet?
I can see it.
Perfect.
So, Erin, while you're flipping over to our camp pages, I can start. So this is Camp Katrin. It's in Nebraska City. And this technically would be my home camp since it falls into the area that I particularly serve. I've been to Katrin many times, and what you're seeing here is a picture of Sky Camp and kind of like camping in the tree houses. Katrin has an awesome lodge that we do programming in. You can sleep in the lodge, and there are bunk rooms downstairs. They have a pool. Hiking's really cool. I love Katrin because of the trees. They have some excellent trees. I mentioned Sky Camp. And then the other thing that's really cool about Katrin is its challenge course and then the Eugene's adventure course, which you can see part of that picture there below Sky Camp. So yeah, that's what I love about Katrin.
All right, our next one is Camp Cosmo, which is in Grand Island. And Camp Cosmo is one of my favorites because you can still go tent camping there, and it's still pretty rustic, which I love cabin camping too, but I'm kind of an old school Girl Scout. Every time we went camping when I was younger and in Scouts, which we did like 3 times a year, it was always in platform tents. So I love Cosmo because it kind of takes me back to when I was younger and when I could go kind of more rustic camping.
And Erin, talk about the tomahawks. Are you a
Oh yeah, so there's also a tomahawk range there, which is crazy fun. It was a little intimidating at first because I had never thrown a hatchet, but once you do it, it's actually really fun. Definitely gets the adrenaline going.
For sure. So what you're seeing now, this is Camp Crossed Arrows, and it's in Nickerson, Nebraska, just north of Fremont. And this is a picture of a yurt. So that's one of the cool things, cool places, I guess, that you can stay at Crossed Arrows. One of my favorite things about Crossed Arrows are the views. It's a gorgeous property. It's just really pretty, really serene. Another cool thing about Crossed Arrows is we have the Soaring Hawks zip lining tour, which takes you on, is it 6? I think it's 6 long zip lines that cover all over the camp. So that's a really fun thing to do if you're ever at Camp Crossed Arrows.
All right, next up is my home camp. So that is Camp Maha. And I started going to Camp Maha when, oh my goodness, I think I was a brownie the first time I went to Camp Maha. So, you know, a million years ago. And Camp Maha has a pool, and they have some beautiful, like, modern cabins now. I think Burr Oak is probably my favorite. That's where my troop stays the most. And we stay there, and there's, you know, a little pot-bellied stove in there, and there's a full kitchen and couches, and the girls get to sleep in bunk beds. And then you can still go outside and do like a flag ceremony or some outdoor cooking if you want to. So it's kind of good. I've got a couple of girls in my troop that are not the most outdoorsy, so that's definitely been a good option for us. And then you can also go swimming, and you can do archery, and you can do the challenge courses. There's beautiful hiking along the river. There's a couple spots where you can kind of walk down and actually look out over the river. And that's really breathtaking at sunset and sunrise. So Maha is always near and dear to my heart. It's one of my favorites.
And you have to be in really good shape to be at Maha, because those hills.
All right, and then Hidden Oaks. I'm going to talk about that one too, because Tracy, you haven't been there, right?
I have not been to Hidden Oaks yet. That's the only one I have not been to.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, so I actually haven't been out to Hidden Oaks in many years because Valentine's a little bit of a trek for me and for Tracy. But the woods out there are just beautiful. So if you are a woodsy type person and you like hiking, and that's one of the things you enjoy the most about going to Girl Scout camp, this is definitely worth the drive. There's a really pretty creek out there and a mill pond, and I like anytime I can get, you know, walk through some woods and get close to the water. And then it's just kind of a nice secluded area that you can hang out with your troop and do some outdoor cooking and some hiking, and it's just very quiet and peaceful.
Sounds nice. I'm gonna have to get out there.
I got to get you out there for sure.
So besides my office, this might be my second home. This is Hilltop House, and it's in Lincoln. This particular property is just for day use. We cannot spend the night there, but it's a nice program center. You can, I mean, for Girl Scout programs, but a lot of people will rent Hilltop House to have, I don't know, baby showers or graduations or birthday parties or whatever. This is a fun place to just like get outside and play. There's tons of just land out there, and one of the cool things in the fall is when they cut the hay maze. So there's a big hay field just in front of that, what you're seeing in front of that picture there, and then, you know, they'll cut it out in the fall, and so you can do the hay maze, which is really fun. And what else about that? Oh,
Zombie apocalypse.
Oh yeah, zombie apocalypse.
I always go out there for that.
That is always there. So here's my favorite thing about being out at Hilltop House. You're pretty much always guaranteed to see some sort of wildlife. In particular, there's always deer, there's always turkey, and then I've actually seen a red fox or two out there before, which has been kind of a thrill for me. So just a few highlights on Hilltop House, but yeah. Oh, and my
last one.
Yeah, my other favorite. This is Lakeview. So this is the place that Aaron and I's shirts are about, Lakeview Cabin. So this is in North Platte, right on Lake Maloney. And my favorite parts about Lakeview, one is that it's on the lake. So the views are awesome. I don't know. I just, again, wildlife. You can always see turkey and other sorts of things out at Lakeview. Canoeing, kayaking, all kinds of like lake fun. So swimming in the lake, yoga on the beach. We've had dance parties on the beach before, and cooking by the fire outside on the fire pits are fun. And then my whenever I go to Lakeview, I'm usually always going to dusty trails too, and riding horses. So when I go to Lakeview, that's what I think of, and it's one of my favorite places. The thing you have to be careful about with Lakeview is that there are a lot of stickers, a lot of sandburs out there, but otherwise it's an awesome place.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. So that link is on our website, and we will post that in the comment section when we're done recording this, when marketing posts this later this afternoon. But it's on the Girl Scouts Nebraska.org website if you'd like to look through some of those amenities yourself. But we're going to go ahead and get to our activity now that we've familiarized everybody with all of those locations. So the first thing we need to do is choose a location that we're going to go camping.
So I think Kara should decide. Where are we going, Kara?
Camp Crossed Arrows.
Woo! Cross Arrows.
Woo!
Why
All
did
right.
you pick that one?
Because that's where I did my beginner and intermediate horse camp, and it's my
Okay,
favorite.
right on.
Awesome. So the X on our little crazy map here, we're not doing an actual map. We're just going to do a movie map. This is our cinematic crazy route map to camp. X marks the spot. That's going to get us to camp. All right, so that's our location. What amenities do we want to have for our camping trip? Is there anything we want to do besides just hang out and camp?
Kara,
You
you
guys
got
can-
any ideas?
Yeah, you guys can just shout stuff out. I'm going to vote for the zip line tour because
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
crazy fun. So if we add that on, then our next thing is going to be to check out that pricing on that, which Tracy, I think you have that, right?
Yes, I do. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, so for Soaring Hawk, the price is $30 for an adult and $20 for a youth. So since we're talking Girl Scouts, that's the price point that we're going to look at, 30 and 20.
Okay. And then how about any other fees for the campground?
So Kara,
Overnight
where
fees.
do you prefer to stay? Do you want to stay in the troop house, covered wagons, the yurts?
Troop House.
Troop house. Okay, so how many nights are we planning to stay?
3.
3 nights. Staying the night 3 nights? Or like a weekend where you come in Friday and Saturday and leave Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, so then we're looking at 2 nights. And let's see, the cost for the troop house is $55 a night.
Okay, how many girls are we taking with us?
7.
7.
7 girls.
It's gonna make us do math.
All right, so 55 times 2 nights is 110. All right, and then, so that covers for the troop house. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm putting them in our Excel
What
sheet.
did I say? Okay, $7 or sorry, 7 girls times $20 for the zip tour. So 7 times 20 is 140.
All right, can you see my handy dandy travel budget?
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
All right. So then we have a troop of 7. So are we taking 2 adults?
Yes,
Sound
Yeah.
good?
because we're going to adhere to safety-wise recommendations.
Okay, so 2 times 30, $60 for the adults. All right, do we have any other costs as far as Crossed Arrows? We have troop house. Probably don't need picnic shelter. And we're doing Soaring Hawk. Was there anything else that you wanted to do there? I don't know if there's really anything else. Is disc golf? That's at Maha, right?
There's a low ropes course and a high ropes course. I think down.
Are we
The
voting
hill-
for those two? Works for me.
Do you want to do that, Kara?
Sure.
Okay, so give
Sam
me
knows or just Lowe's?
our price per person for our lodging, Tracy.
55.
Okay,
And it's not per person.
not per person.
because It's just a night
That's total. Got it.
because the capacity's 30. So we're well within that. Okay, now let me just check. Camp Crossed Arrows. Okay, so Crossed Arrows only has a low ropes course. So Kara, are you cool with just doing low ropes?
Yeah.
Okay, so then low ropes is going to be $22 per girl. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. 22 per adult.
Okay.
And then it's $11 per youth. So that would be 77 and 44. All right, any other costs before I add all this up?
I don't think so.
Okay, so according to my calculations, we're looking at $431.
What about food?
Well, okay, so yeah, we can talk about food. You
Okay.
talk about food, Erin, and I'm going to calculate this based on
Okay.
cookie sales.
All right. So what I have here, Tracy, is we need 3 nights at 55, right?
2.
2 nights.
Come in and stay Friday and come in and stay Saturday, and then we'll leave
Okay.
Sunday.
All right. So lodging is 110. We don't have mileage just yet. We don't have food calculated yet, right?
Right.
And then we have low ropes for adults is 44 and low ropes for, I mixed that up. Low ropes for adults is 44, low ropes for girls is 77. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. So what's a good food cost per day? And we're not going to order pizza, right? We're going to just cook.
Like $30.
Yep. I think that's probably fair. So how many meals are we going to eat there? We're going to do dinner Friday night?
Yeah.
And then breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then breakfast, lunch?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got 6 meals. And we're going to say $30 each.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say breakfast and lunch, we're going to do 3. We'll change that to 30. And dinner, we have 2. And then how about snacks? Do we need snacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, like $15 maybe.
Okay. $15 per girl sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now let's talk about mileage. Where are we coming from?
Omaha.
Omaha?
Well,
And we're going to Katrin, right?
Yeah, she's from Blair, so we're coming from Blair.
Okay. So if we're going to go to Katrin, does anybody know about how far that is? Do you guys have any idea?
Here, I'll Google it.
I can tell you, but it's about 45 minutes from West Omaha.
Distance from Blair to where are we going? Nickerson?
So then we need a mileage count.
Distance from Blair to Nickerson, Nebraska.
There you go.
I think it's like 20, 30 miles, I think.
We'll call that good.
Yeah. I don't know, my Google's not acting right, so.
Okay, so if it's that far though, we need to make it 60 because it's round trip because we want to go home.
Right.
All right, so this is just our cost for low ropes for adults, low ropes for girls, snacks and drinks, dinner, breakfast, lunch, overnight accommodations, and gas to get us there. And it came up to $549.60. So where are we going to get all of this? Because we've got 7 girls, right?
Right.
So we need to come up with how we're going to split that up.
Mm-hmm. So Kara,
Okay.
what do you think? what would be one way, the most obvious way that we can help pay for this?
Sell Girl Scout cookies.
Exactly. Sell Girl Scout. Woo-hoo! So I don't know if you can notice, but behind me I have a wall of Girl Scout cookies. So let's talk about that a little bit. So we were looking at $431 just to pay for Crossed Arrow stuff. So where we're sleeping, what we're doing. And if you divide that by 7 girls, you're going to come up with about $62 per girl. So, Kara, how good at math are you? Can you figure out how many boxes of cookies you'd need to sell in order to make $62? Go.
Like, I'm trying to think. 17? I don't know.
That's okay.
That's
So,
all right.
yeah.
That's,
so what
that's
I
why
would
we're trying to help. We want to get that so you can just do that calculation.
So we're taking $62 and dividing it by 60 cents because that's the profit that we make on a box of cookies, right? So it's going to come up to about 103 boxes per girl.
Okay, so we're going to throw you guys a couple curveballs here. So
Yep.
that's all of our girls. They have to do about 100 boxes a piece. That's our goal. So that's up here. And that is to get us around our little map to get us to our best life at camp. So let's say we don't all sell 100 boxes of cookies. So Tracy, how many cookies did these girls actually sell? Let's just throw out a number.
How about 75?
Okay, so if each one of them sold 75 boxes, they got us about 75% of the way there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll use our little money to go up our thermometer so we kind of know about where we're at. All right, that's how far we got. We still got a little space to make up here. And we're not all the way to camp yet, so we'll move our little bus, but we're only gonna get about 75% of the way there, which puts us kind of in the middle of nowhere. So what are some other ideas that we can use to raise money to kind of shore up the differences? Anybody have any suggestions? Tracy, you have any suggestions? What could we do?
Bake sales.
Bake sale. That'll work. Kara, do you have any suggestions? Anything your troop's ever done or you've done as an IGM?
A car wash, bake sales.
About fall product. It's not going to be as big of a windfall as cookies, but you know, my troop usually makes about $300 on fall products, so that's a good chunk of change.
Great idea.
So let's say we did a bake sale and we got up a little bit further. So we'll give ourselves another $1 and we'll go up a little bit and we'll get a little bit closer. So we got our bake sale and our fall product and we're still not quite there. So what else could we do? What are some other things that we can do to raise money? Anybody have any other ideas?
Well, you know, never mind. I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of like a Girl Scout trip or a destination where, you know, we could apply for financial assistance. I'm not sure if that applies to this. So.
It can partly, because if you are new to scouting, then there is some funding for troop dues. So that would be another thing we haven't mentioned is troop dues. If your troop collects dues, that could be something that could go into your budget. My troop's done car washes, bake sales, like you said. I've seen spaghetti dinners. I've seen, let's see, what else?
Spaghetti dinners? They can
really, as long as you're not just selling a product and you are doing it as a fundraising event. Now, one caveat to all of this, if you're not sure, you have to check with your troop support specialist. And there's also a pass-through with fund development, depending on what you're doing. So, and the rules can get a little tricky sometimes, and they're different with highest awards than they are with just regular troop fundraising. So if you're not sure, always reach out to the council. We don't bite, we're here to help. We definitely want to get you guys to camp and doing all this cool stuff, for sure. So let's say we did, how about a spaghetti feed? Anybody know how to make spaghetti?
Yep.
I'm signing Tracy up. All right, so then we're gonna get our last dollar here, and we got ourselves to camp, which makes Baby Yoda super happy because he's got his vest on and he's ready to go. And we'll get our bus all the way out to CCA. And then we can get on that zip line and have some fun. And we are going to include that budget spreadsheet, and that actually will work for lots of things. That'll work for camping, it'll work for trips. You can even use it just in your personal life. I like to set budgets like this just when I'm vacationing with my family so that we don't just show up somewhere and go crazy and just spend tons of money that, we didn't mean to spend. So it's usually good just to help you budget and kind of keep you in some guidelines. So like I said, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to the council. But I think we know from our little experiment here, and I think we all know from experience, that the easiest, best way to get ourselves to camp is through those cookie sales. That's always been my experience as a leader too.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious, Kara, do you have any goals or plans for getting to camp this summer?
Well, I'm not in a troop, so I'm by myself, and so I sell Girl Scout cookies with my sister. So we use those funds, and then we kind of just help out around the house to help pay for when we go to camps and stuff that we want to go to.
Mm-hmm. Have you looked, is there a particular camp or camps that you're looking to do this summer?
Well, we have me and my sister both have spots reserved. She's going to one intermediate camp, the first one at Camp Cross Arrows, and then I'm going to a second one with my friend that we both signed up.
Very cool.
That's awesome. That'll be tons of fun. All right, does anybody have any questions? Tracy, do you have anything to add?
No. Is there anything that we need to talk about regarding packing?
We're pretty close to time now, so how about this? We have some great suggestion packing lists on our website. We can include those in the Facebook post, and I will also put that graphic for this little thermometer. That's actually a great tool I use with my troop to reach their goals. If they can color that in and make like a big thermometer, it just kind of makes it a little bit more fun so they can track their progress. I'm sure a lot of you have done that at school or, in some other arena of your life. And then I'll include that Excel sheet also and the link to all of our camp properties. So you can kind of take a look at that because, once we get out of this, I think we all definitely want to get outside.
For sure. And I encourage you to explore new camps that you haven't been to yet. Absolutely.
Get that travel across all the different camps patch. That thing is cool. All right, that's all I have unless Tracy has something to add. I think we're good. Are you good, Tracy?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a great day. We'll see you all next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.